You used to think that more meant abundance. Then you realized that not everything was for you. You've been around all kinds of people in your life, and over the course of time, you've spent many moments around those who seem to have success, what we would call worldly success. They aspired to have many material possessions. They aspired to have status. And you would have become involved with some of these people as you too tried to find meaning and value in this life. And then, after you were associated with these people, you would see how they moved, how they worked in the world, and their relentless pursuit for goods, for materials, for more and more money, for more and more status, for more and more possessions. As you would have spent more time with them, you would have observed their way of interacting with the world, their value system, as opposed to yours. And after some time, you would have seen that they didn't even value the things that they spent all of their time desperately pursuing. You started to realize that even though you enjoyed material possessions, really they didn't have the same hold over you as they did with these other people. And at the same time, strangely and conversely, when you did have material possessions, you have fewer of them. They're of more value to you because they held nostalgia, sentimental value. Perhaps you had crafted them yourself. Perhaps they were given to you by someone of value, or perhaps they were practical and worked very well for you. So you did value them, and it seemed almost that you valued them more, and that maybe you were more materialistic, but it wasn't that. It was that you valued quality over quantity. And then you would see the other people, and you thought, how is it that they spend so much of their time pursuing these things, and yet they don't value them? They throw them out. They disrespect my possessions, my belongings, and yet they accuse me of being precious, of being high maintenance, when they seem to be in a desperate cycle of acquiring more and more of things that they then have no interest in looking after. And then you would have started to wonder, what is all this talk of abundance? What is all this talk of getting more and having more? What does it mean? What do they think it means? What do they think it means? And yet what do I see as my own abundance? Because I don't see more and more and wastage of that more to be abundance. I see what little that I have that is precious and of quality and that has beauty. I see that to be an abundance. And then you started to realize that what we are sold as abundance, what we are sold as success, what we are sold as more and much and greater is really just excessive. It's excessive, and it doesn't mean much. It's just endless movement without substance. Because there was a time where you saw the success of people. You saw all of this abundance that they had, and they would have shared some of it with you, and you would have thought, I'm lucky. But then as you saw the true nature of it, you would have realized this is foolishness. At one point you would have thought, it's silly, it's wasteful for me to not accept. It's wasteful and silly of me not to take the freebies, not to keep receiving all of this stuff. But then you realized, what's the point when I don't even care for this stuff, and neither do the people who spend all of their life desperately acquiring it. And then you started to realize more of the true nature of abundance. You became more intentional. You became more thoughtful. You realized that the simple things you had, they had more value than the acquisition of many and more all the time. You realized that all your time and all your energy was not an adequate trade-off for all these freebies, because they weren't free. They were wasteful. You started to realize that you could put more intention and more thought into every item that you acquired, every song that you listened to, every choice that you had in your life. And it wasn't about having more. It was about having what was more aligned with you, more appropriate to you. And since you understood this, you started to move in that way. And you've seen that you don't want more of everything and anything. You want more of what's meant for you.